Mind of the Meanie is now an exclusive brand partner with WWEshop.com. Pick up all your favorite new merchandise from Roman Reigns,
Acknowledge me,
Cody Rhodes,
I have to finish the story,
LA Knight,
let me talk to you,
and more using our exclusive link in the show notes. Click below and show your support today for your favorite WWE superstar at WWEshop.com.
Yeah!
You know, Meanie,
What's that, Adam?
we hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind of the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind of the Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor because I use them almost daily. Whether it's the gummies, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions that help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms, and also not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow. 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. It's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program.
This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, the perpetually nasally Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie!
Yo!
What's on your mind?
Well, the Eagles are going to the fucking Super Bowl, brother.
Do I hear something in the distance?
Yeah, cuz.
Do I hear it?
It's fucking game day. Game bird!
It is official. Goddamn, the Eagles won. And not just any win, man.
Brother.
Fucking blew him out of the water, dude. Holy shit.
Man, what a fucking game. What a score.
Yeah.
Eagles beat Washington Commanders, or the Commodores, or the Commandos. Whichever you prefer. They should have just stayed Washington football team. That was
the Washington football team. Yep.
It was quirky enough that it started, becoming normal.
Yeah.
But dude, 55-23.
God damn.
God bless. First of all, I would like to thank the Washington Commanders for doing the job. Job well done. Thank you for being Detroit so the Eagles could have one more home game. Look, I wanted to play Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit was a great fucking team this year. But I had this theory, and that Washington beating Detroit was kind of like the football guys giving the Eagles an extra home game because we lost a home game because the team had to go to Brazil at the beginning of the year.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about all that.
Yeah, my football conspiracy theory.
Conspiracies.
But yeah, thanks to Washington for allowing the Eagles to have one more home game. That place was electric. There's something about football on a game day in Philadelphia. You can just feel it in the air. And I feel bad for people who root for teams.
Yeah.
That don't live in the city that the team plays. Especially Philadelphia, because I'm a 10-minute car ride from the stadium. Like if I called an Uber, it'd take me 10 minutes to get there. But just to see people walking around in their jerseys and the atmosphere and everybody greeting each other,
yeah,
from all walks of life, go Birds, go Birds. Hey, go Birds, fantastic. But dude, game was amazing. Went to McCusker's to watch. There's a film crew there filming us.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they told me their name. I posted their they had a sign on outside the bar, like you are being filmed, and apparently the Eagles might get the footage. So
sick, dude.
Yeah, so I'm an idiot. It's just there's one part where we started like a Eagles chant, and we do the EAGLES Eagles. Everybody's like, yeah, and I go, free Luigi, and the whole bar just popped. I don't know what made me yell free Luigi, but hopefully that makes the final cut.
That is hilarious. I love it.
Luigi.
Oh my God, man. I was going to put that in the episode title in parentheses, but if I do that, I think Apple would ban us. So we can't.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I love it, man. Yeah, we watched it over at
the attraction as is in the world of wrestling podcasting,
So fucking we'll be all over the news sites.
Yeah.
Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard banned for freeing Luigi. Like, no, we just put it in the title. Now we went to watch it over at the neighbor's house, over at our friend Kyle Carr's house, and it was crazy, man. I couldn't believe, like, every time it was like, wait, they scored again? How did that happen? Yeah. And I want to real quick talk about some crazy shit that happened during the game. I guess.
Please do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get this. I
want
to
recap for those who probably hate the Eagles. I love it.
I want to get the scope here because I want to make sure I understand. So at some point during the game, I can't remember exactly how far into the game it was.
I think I know what you're about to talk about.
It was. I think it was the fourth quarter, right? It was closer to the end of the game.
Yes.
And they were the Commanders, or the Washington football team, because those are the only names we acknowledge. They were trying to stop the Eagles push, the tush push, if you will, or the brotherly shove. Yeah. And Frankie Louvu decided he was gonna
Captain Jerk Off.
Yeah. He was gonna try to Eddie Guerrero himself over the rest of his teammates before they even snapped the ball. And then he did it again. And he did it twice. Yeah. And then the third time they had somebody offsides.
Or they purposely hard counted them to draw them offsides.
It was a false start or whatever it was. It was one of the two.
Oh, yeah.
False start.
No, it was offsides.
And then the refs are like, we've alerted Washington that if they do this again, we're going to give we can give them the points. We can give them a touchdown because of this.
Yeah, because how much further can you move the ball forward?
I just could not believe. I've never seen anything like that in sports before, or anything repetitive like that. But have you ever seen anything like that? And what were you thinking while you're standing there watching it?
No. I think we're not in the minority here because every show I watched, I was watching the Chris Long podcast the next day, the Green Light podcast. Shout out to him. I love him. But a lot of people are like, I didn't know that was a rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a rule. Because, half the distance to the goal. So if the ball is on, if it's like nuzzling the goal line,
yeah,
what do? If the ball breaks the plane and somebody touches the ball, technically that's a score, right?
Yeah.
So Frankie Louvu is quickly becoming like a heel.
He's a heel.
Yeah. Oh, dude, so many fucking dirty hits.
Yeah.
He's the one who knocked Jalen out in the second game this year.
That's the same guy.
Yeah, Frankie Louvu fucking late hit on Jalen, knocked him out for a couple games. I would love to thank the defensive coordinator from the Washington Commandos, or the Commies. He said in a pregame press conference that, well, we're going to treat, if Jalen wants to run, we're going to treat him like a running back and we're going to hit him. And they definitely treat him like a running back because they let him walk right into the end zone like Saquon did, But what a tone setter,
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Washington, it was famous for being aggressive, going for it on fourth down. Yeah. And their opening drive, 17 plays, they go for it on fourth down at every play, but then they get down to like 4th and 3 on, within the red zone, I believe.
Right.
And then they just curled up and kicked the field goal, which blew my mind. It's like they were going for it on fourth down every down of the game.
Like, what are we doing?
So they get down there to the end zone and it's 4th and 3 and they don't go for it on fourth down and kick the field goal. So, which told me, they're folding up the tent.
I was going to say, it felt like they just kind of bailed at some point, right? Like it just fucking was like, oh, fuck it, we're done.
And, the Eagles come out, first possession of the game, Jalen hands off to Saquon, and Saquon just takes it, 60-something yards to the house and scores a touchdown. Darius Slay was on Richard Sherman's podcast. He jokingly said, I was mad. We just got off the field for a 17-play drive. I was just about to go get some water and then go score a touchdown, which is very cool. But man, the defense, how did they score 55 points? They didn't turn over the ball, but Washington turned it over like 4 times. Yeah. Our defense was playing tremendous, punching out the ball, getting the ball back, running it in, even to the point where, Kenny Pickett took a snap in an NFC Championship game before Dak Prescott. It was a beautiful thing. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. But, man. I was going to say it's a hell of a game. And I know that I caught a little bit of the other game. It was the Bills and the Chiefs, and it was pretty close. It was one of those ones where it was like, I couldn't call it. And I think the Chiefs ended up, how much did they squeak that win out by? 3 points. I think it was a small amount, wasn't it? And the Kansas City Chiefs have won 17 games by 3 points or less. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Final score is 32-29. For a while, I think it was 29-28 for a decent period until they scored at the very end. But I know a lot of folks are saying that in the chat here. Good morning to everybody as well. Thank you for joining us on this. Got a great chat going on, man. This Wednesday morning. We are calling. We're calling an audible this week. We had some developments this week for Rumble plans, so we had to call in an audible. So thank you for joining us on your Wednesday morning and spending it with us, because you could be anywhere in the world right now, and you're here with us. So thank you. We appreciate you. And we want to thank our friends also. Well, before we continue, I want to thank our friends at One True Sport for hosting us each and every week. We appreciate their flexibility, their time, their energy, their effort, not just with allowing us to use their platform, but also, Meanie, you'd be surprised. I have a big surprise for you. I don't know if you know this, but they actually promote the show. That's shocking.
I mean, I am shocked.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
I mean, if you're going to have somebody on your platform, you may as well just, promote them. I mean, that'd be a great idea.
One would assume that you would promote the show, but they do. They do every week. We appreciate you. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button at the bottom left-hand corner here. But don't forget the Super Bowl. I don't know if I can say that. The big game on NFL. The football league is going to be Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles in New Orleans, Louisiana, Sunday, February 9th at 6:30. So don't forget to tune in to rematch from 2013 or 2023 rather, when we got the game stolen from us, which I still believe that we do after that last call. I will go to my grave believing that. So don't forget to tune in, and we will talk about it all in depth. We will give our predictions next week on the show. But Meanie, today we're here, sir, for a different reason. If I may, a question for you, good sir.
What would that be?
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
Now, normally this is the time of the show that we would ask the questions at the end of the program, but this week we're bringing you in full, a full Ask Meanie Anything. Start dropping your questions in the chat box here. You can use your super chats, and we will ask them first. But don't forget to ask your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, so we will see them and put them up on the screen. We appreciate you. And Meanie, to get started here, brother, what are you sipping on today?
Oh, man. As you know, we have, here in Philly, we have ShopRite, which is our supermarket chain. And they have their own line of stuff, generics. They made up their own line of stuff, called Bowl and Basket. Oh. So I got the Bowl and Basket Black Cherry.
Ooh, good stuff, man.
Ooh, Black Cherry. Dang.
Black Cherry. I love that shit. I have another cheap shit from Aldi.
Nice.
Our favorite store here in lovely, scenic Downingtown.
Aldi's the fucking best.
Now that they built one over in Thorndale where the old Kmart used to be. It's much, much nicer. I have the pink grapefruit here. So like 75 cents a bottle, man. It's fucking amazing. Oh, we got our first super chat of the day here. Hold on. It's a $1.99 from Nate Smythe, Sheridan Ford Sales. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Go Birds, I guess.
Yeah, go Birds all the way.
All the time.
It'll be a tight game. I'm surprised. Like I said, I'm surprised I have any stomach lining at this point. But
you should have seen me, man.
One more game.
I was dancing around my bedroom here, just trying to stay just as even keel as possible. And then Kyle called and was like, "Can you guys come over?" And I was like, "Sure, that's fine." Sitting there biting my fucking nails, watching the entire game. So, thank you for your super chat. We appreciate you.
Before we get into it, I know we're going over to Ask Meanie, but somebody, like a year ago, happened to catch Jalen Hurts looking at his phone, and they saw his lock screen. And you know what his lock screen is?
What's that?
Him walking through the Chiefs confetti after he lost the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yes. So the man is ready.
He's ready, man.
He's ready.
Nate follows up and says, "Being a Ravens fan, that hurts. I apologize. There's you can find help for that if you'd like. But I want you guys
I like Baltimore. I don't hate Baltimore. Hey, you should be rooting for the Eagles, because if it wasn't for the Eagles, the Ravens wouldn't have Lamar.
True.
We traded our pick to Baltimore so they can draft Lamar Jackson.
We got a couple.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, sir. Got a couple things here. Jackie Ripper says, "Oh my God, love Meanie. Much love goes out to all you guys. Thank you for your work."
Thank you.
And Jackie also says, "Work for Aldi." Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Anyone that works for Aldi or supports Aldi is a friend of ours. Warehouse Systems Operations. We appreciate you. Thank you for doing all that hard work.
They sell really good butter chicken.
Oh, man. Everything at Aldi's fucking great. Just everything.
Everything.
So I'm going to crack this here. We'll get started.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll get us here in 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah.
I picked the wrong week to clip my nails. But.
Cheers, beers. Oh, it smells so good. Pinkies up.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Oh, so good. All right.
Oh.
I thought I was going to have a big one there, and I didn't. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. All right, let's see what we got here.
Free linguine.
Free linguine, where? Give me the fucking pasta. All right, so here is our first question. First question of the day. Hey, Blue and Goob. It's our good friend, Carlo Carlson. Thank you so much for your question, sir. We appreciate you and your support every week. You know what? I'm going to give him a Pierce here.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
I got an Ask Meanie question. What is the big game spread going to look like at McCusker's and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth? Go Birds.
Oh, man. McCusker's used to serve food, but it just became a thing where, like, if somebody's working by himself on the shift, they run back, cook food, and, serve beers. But so typically, they just say, bring your own shit, which is fun. For the game, shout out to my buddy Sean. He ran out and just got a couple pizzas.
Yeah.
Dude, like, there's City Pizza on 16th and Oregon, which is like less than a 5-minute walk from McCusker's. We made that place rich. I mean, I'm sure they weren't hurting before us, but we made their holders for today. Like, everybody's walking in with City Pizza. It just is insane. But
love it.
If it's anything like the championship game, it'll probably just be a couple City Pizzas.
At our place, probably. There's a great, I know I've talked about it a bunch, and if you're ever in this area, you should go hit it up. There's a great pizza shop right over on the outskirts of Thorndale and Coatesville. It's like right on the border. You go down where the train line is on Business 30, and it's called Lily's. If you blink and you miss it, it's right next to the Apothecary Weed Store. It is fucking phenomenal. Like, very rarely will I go out of my way to get like it's almost like there's been times where it's like I'll just go and order pizza even when we don't have the money. It's that good, right? So we'll probably, and now Sophie, my oldest daughter, I gave her a little sliver of my pepperoni cheesesteak because I put pepperoni on my cheesesteak because that's what you do when you're a boss. But I gave her a little slice. I don't know why I said that. I gave her a little slice. And
don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. It's fine. I gave her a little slice, and now she loves it. So now every time we order pizza from there, I have to get her a cheesesteak. So we're probably going to just end up doing cheesesteak and pizzas for the game here. We're not big soda people. Matty Jazz Cabbage goes, weed store? I can hear him throwing his clothes in his bag right now to get out of here. Yes, no, it's one of the it's a dispensary out here in PA. But yeah, we're probably going to do something like that. I would say something relatively simple. We're not really wing people, so we don't need too much of them, but probably cheesesteaks and pizza. But thank you.
Shout out to a couple other spots in Philly. Uncle Oogie's pretty good for pizza.
Yep.
There's a newer place called Avenue Pizza and Steaks on like right off of Broad in Oregon. Really good pizza. And then the legendary La Rosa Pizza on Broad and Snyder. And then there, oh my God, what's the other place? I'll think of it.
Yeah.
There's dude, you could throw a rock and hit a ton of good pizza places and cheesesteak places in South Philly.
I was going to say there's two more spots I want to mention out here in Chester County. There's Leone's Pizza, which is right over, actually in Downingtown proper. Fantastic pizza, great atmosphere. Go and check them out. And then there's Anthony's, which is right on the other side of Business 30 by Rita's. They have great Italian food, and their pizza is pretty solid as well. Listeners in Pittsburgh, which you all know that is my second adopted city, go check out Little Nippers, which is down on the other side of Bethel Park and I think it's in Mount Lebanon. And then you want to find SPAC, which SPAC Pizza is down. I think it's, God, where the hell is it? I'm going to tell you right now. I want to say it's Shady Side. Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
While you're doing that, I got to give a shout out to, I always mess up the name. It's Celebreze or, Celebreze Pizza. It's right on right off of Broad. It's in the Chicky and Pete's strip mall,
right?
If you want to call it. Famously, Celebrezze Pizza, Harry Callis and Whitey for the Philadelphia Phillies announcers would go happy birthday to the Celebrezze pizza to Celebrezze twins, plain and pepperoni. And within 10 minutes, they'd have two pizza pies up in the broadcast booth during the Phillies game.
I love it. I love it, man. Spack Pizza is actually on the outskirts of Lawrenceville in the same area as the 10th Ward Barbershop. So go ahead and check it out over there if you get a chance to go try that out in Pittsburgh. But thank you for your question, good sir. We have our second super chat of the day, sir, from Matty Jazz Cabbage.
Look at us.
Because our friends of the marijuana, we're going to give you the Carl button there.
Yo, asshole, I don't fucking sound like that.
And we're going to go ahead. Yes, you do. And we're going to go, there's a couple questions here. So we answered the first one here, Minis Munchies ideas for the Super Bowl, Monday morning in Australia. God, I can't even imagine. That must suck to watch the Super Bowl on Monday morning. So we'll go a couple questions here. There's 3 he's got here. So we'll start with this first one. CM Punk to win the Rumble?
I believe that's a possibility.
I think it's a better shot. I think there's a better shot than not than that Chick Magnet Phil will win the Rumble this year. Pepsi Phil. John Cena versus Joe Hendry in TNA.
I would love that. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would love that. I think, John Cena's been exclusively WWE, ever since, he went there. Of course, he worked on the Indies before that, but see John Cena in a TNA ring, it would be bizarre, but awesome.
Then there's only one way to spin this. What's John Cena doing in the Impact Zone? And then very next phrase out of somebody else's mouth on that fucking board better be, where? I don't see him. It's the only way to spin it, guys. You have one shot, one opportunity to get it right.
Yeah.
And then Meanie versus GoldDust in 2025?
Oh, man. That's highly unlikely, but thank you for considering it.
We appreciate you and your super chat. He also gave us another one, a $2 super chat here. Can Philly win and then go back-to-back in 2026?
That would be awesome. I think the Eagles have a shot of winning.
Mm-hmm.
I think their defense is way better than it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Kenyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean playing outstanding. Zach Bond, our front four. Jalen. Go on YouTube and look up Brian Baldinger. He does a former player, but he does great breakdowns of footage.
His name is what?
Baldinger, Brian Baldinger. Yeah, dude, he has a pinky. If you put his hand like this out, his pinky shoots straight out this way from the knuckle. Yeah.
He's got the Denzel. Holy shit!
Yeah. There's a play, and he's focused on Jalen Carter. Right? They snap the ball. The guy runs at Jalen Carter to try to take out his legs, and Jalen Carter just leapfrogs him and continues to chase the runner. It was fucking beautiful.
Oh my God!
It's I think it's hashtag Baldy's breakdowns.
Okay.
He does great breakdowns of all the he does the whole NFL, but the way he shows footage from the all 22 foot camera, fantastic.
Thank you for your questions and your super chats, good sir. We appreciate you. Next question today comes from Dwayne316. I am Dwayne514, Twitter user. We use its real name here. And I missed your question last week, and I wanted to make sure we answered it for you. It's been 5 years since Kobe Bryant died. Any thoughts on his entire career?
Yeah, man. Ironically, I think the Eagles clinched the NFC on his birthday, and Kobe was a huge Eagles fan.
Yes, he was. Somebody
posted the footage of Kobe watching the Eagles win the Super Bowl 2018. He's holding his baby running around the house. Like, geez. of course, a lot of people remember, Kobe was from the Philly area.
Yep.
Lower Marion, which people are like, well, that's not really. Well, look, you're getting channel 3, 6, and 10. If you get channel 3, 6, and 10, you're in the Philly area.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your litmus test. And if you have all 3 of them, then you're in.
Yeah, Philly was a little better. That he didn't choose his hometown team, the Sixers, but he always, represented the Eagles. He'd be wearing McNabb jerseys out and about. Also, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2017, there was a moment where they had a game in Seattle and then L.A. Mm-hmm. And instead of flying back to Philly, they just flew from Seattle. They flew from Seattle, spent a week in L.A. And during one of the team meetings, said Kobe Bryant come in. They gave the team a fucking pep speech.
That's amazing.
And he had it. They gave him a custom Kobe Bryant Eagles jersey. And so by Sunday, somebody posted the video of Kobe Bryant doing the Eagles fight song.
Yeah.
I just wanted to run through a fucking brick wall.
Yes. Yep.
I don't know if there's been any documentaries on Kobe yet.
I'm not sure.
I think there should be. I mean, if they could do something in the stylings of, Jordan's Last Dance, where maybe 5 episodes or whatever, I'd love to see that, just from his childhood all the way up to, his unfortunate passing. But
I have the fight song right here for you in case you've never heard this before. Here's Kobe Bryant doing the fight song. What's up?
Here we go.
Yep.
Fly, Eagles, fly. On the road to victory. Fight, Eagles, fight. Score a touchdown. 1, 2, 3. Hit them low, hit them high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly. On the road to victory. EAGLES. Eagles.
So now I want to run through a brick wall too.
Yeah.
So, man.
Fortunately, I probably shouldn't because I'll be in a neighbor's yard. But
I would probably injure myself, and I really am not trying to do that before I go away. So,
Oh, man, there's a lot of injuries on Broad Street.
Oh, God, yeah, I saw there was that. Oh, God. Please don't climb the poles, guys. I know it's funny. I know it's silly. But, goddamn, it's not worth it.
I will say it was funny to watch a group of guys sitting on top of a light post reading Inner Excellence. What A.J. Brown was reading on the sidelines. We went to Broad and Chunk. And if for those not familiar, when any time there's a major win in Philly sports, like if they win the division or win the conference, we go to Broad Street. If they win the Super Bowl, we go to Broad Street. And our folks are known for climbing the light poles and the street poles and whatever, and got to the point where they had to start greasing them. And we're on Broad and Chunk, and some dude next to me tries to climb the pole, and the cops were right on these guys. Where I was, the cops were right on people.
Yeah,
and they get the guy down, and the cop looks at him and goes, "Look, this is literally the only thing you're not supposed to be doing right now." Smoke weed, drink beer, or do whatever. Shoot off fireworks illegally in the street. Just don't climb the fucking poles.
Yeah.
I popped where I gave him a fist bump.
DJ Plays Favorite says that there was actually a docuseries about Kobe Bryant already distributed on Showtime.
Oh, wow. So I'll have to look into that.
I'll have to take a look at that as well.
Yeah.
Thanks
for the heads up.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Thank you. And thank you for your comments and listening. Man, Kobe Bryant was
being here, man. This is great.
Kobe Bryant was fucking amazing, man. What an absolute tragedy, even still to this day. Like just an awful, awful thing. And he was one of the best. I mean, it was like you said, like, everybody was upset he didn't play for Philadelphia, but like, it wasn't like he shit on the city, right? Like he still accepted his roots, and like he knew he was from the Philly area, and like he was that dude, and like he always repped it. But I just think that he saw different things for himself as far as in the game, and you can't hate on that. And Philly loved him. He was amazing. I wish I would have had an opportunity to see him play. That's one thing I do regret. I wish I would have had it because he was in town a couple of times and never got a chance to go. But Yeah, he was unbelievable. One of the best of all time. Just an unbelievable talent. And it's tragic what happened to him and his daughter and those other people. But Machete Von Kill says, would Meanie ever consider dyeing his hair and beard Eagles green?
I did it for one tailgate. Because I went to I'm friends with these guys who do the Fourth and John podcast, and it was might have been 2019, Eagles Patriots. The Super Bowl rematch at the Link. It's like, fuck it, I gotta go tailgate that, right? So I went down and I ran to Party City and got like the green hairspray instead. And thankfully, my hair's gray now, so like I don't have to bleach it like I used to. I used to have to bleach my hair white before I would dye it blue.
Oh man,
and fucking brutal. My scalp still fucking hates me. But I said, "Fuck it, I'll go to Party City," and they had the canned hairspray, and it sprayed in my hair. I did it green. I showed up. I got a lot of good responses at the tailgate. So I've done it. Will I do it this time? Probably not. Yeah. But it's a good idea.
Let's see what we had here. Matty Jazz Cabbage says, do you think they, and I'm assuming he means WWE, wanted Matt Stryker to be like Joey Styles?
Interesting question.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt's a great guy, super talented, super smart. There's only one Joey Styles, so and I don't know why if they wanted him to be like them when they had him. So it's
right.
I don't know. Matt's a good dude. He was working for MLW for a second there, but do I think so? I don't know. I wish I had a better answer, but I always say the best thing to do is just to be the best yourself. And he was good at being himself.
Our next question here comes from Zartan Dread. User Zartan D70677 on Twitter. I got an Ask Meanie. What two matches do you feel are the most underrated of all time?
Oh, Jesus. That could be anything, really.
Yo, I'll tell you. Well, let me tell you this. I watched Rhino and New Jack back the other day, man. And I think it was the one when Rhino was ECW champion.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. Man, that shit fucking slapped just as hard as the first time I watched it. That shit was amazing.
I need to go back and check that out because there's a lot of that era I didn't see. I'm trying to think if I was in WWE at the time, but yeah, I definitely need to go back and check that out.
It was super good, man.
Big fan of Rhino, Now, if in my opinion, underrated match, I would have to say like one of my favorite all time. I got a couple here. Super Brawl. I forget which Super Brawl. Arn Anderson versus Bob Eaton for the WCW TV title.
Okay. Which
it might have been it might still been the NWA TV title at the time. I'm just trying to think of the lineage. Bob Eaton beats Arn for the TV title. Spoiler alert.
Oh boy.
One of my favorite matches. I might have three matches.
We're gonna get some angry letters now that you did that. We're gonna get some angry tweets and shit, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Written in crayon. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. So yeah, Arn Anderson, Bob Eaton, Super Brawl, TV title. Then there's the Great America Bash. The Bash where Sting won the belt.
Yeah.
But not that match. Midnight Express versus the Young Pistols or Young Guns, or they had a couple different names. They might have been the Wild Eyed Southern Boys too. It's Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers versus the Midnight Express.
Goddamn.
One of my favorite tag matches of all time. Tons of action. Probably a blueprint on how to do a great tag team match. It was really good. I think they stole the show. of course, Sting, winning the belt is like a huge deal. But the undercard, Midnight Express versus the Wild Eyed Southern Boys or whatever they changed their name a couple times. But Tracy Smothers, Steve Armstrong, and then oh my God, what was the other one I had? Oh, Super Brawl. Was it Super Brawl? The one where they had the legends come out. It was from Philly. It was William Regal versus Steve. Well, he was Steve Regal at the time versus Larry Zbyszko in Philadelphia.
Ooh.
Probably one of my favorite matches.
Yeah.
And the finish got a huge pop. I'm not even going to say what the finish was, but
spoil something else.
Yeah. Slamboree. Thank you, the boss in the chat.
Oh, yeah, Slamboree.
Thank you very much. Slamboree Legends Reunion. That's what the card was. In Philly, 92 maybe. But Larry Zbyszko, Steve Regal. Fantastic match.
And let's see, we got a couple more questions here for you. Thank you again for all your questions on today's show.
Do you have any undercard? You want to read it? In your opinion? I'm asking.
Brian from Philly wants to know. Let me think.
Yo jerk off.
Yo, cause.
Yo, cause. Anything with Angle and the guy that we can't mention, Benoit.
Oh yeah.
I know that's controversial,
right?
But they were really good, like really good matches, man. Like just real good. And I don't know if they're necessarily underrated, but like I don't know, they just always had magic together. I always really enjoyed them. I think one match that took a lot of shit that shouldn't have was Knoxville and Sami Zayn. I think that match was.
It's entertaining.
It was like if you could put Jackass and WWE together and get something as wildly entertaining, like it was flawlessly executed from beginning to end. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Let me think about this for a second. I think. I'm a big fan of the cruiserweight division in WCW. Like anything that those guys did, Dean Malenko and Rey Mysterio's early stuff and Eddie Guerrero. I think a lot of those matches, like I can't think of anyone in particular that I think is like underrated, but I don't think it gets talked about enough in the history of wrestling for its innovative matches and its style. Let me think. Underrated. I don't know, man. I'd really have to think about that because there's so many. Like there's so many that's running through my head. But I would say if I thought Angle and Lesnar was really good too. Their WrestleMania match. I know everybody. I don't know how many people talk about that. I don't know if it's underrated or not, but like that was pretty solid. I don't know. I'll have to think about it and get back to you because like I said, there's so many that I like. I'm trying to picture everything in my mind. Yeah, I think that's probably my answer right now. Let me see. Thank you for the questions, everybody. Let's see. We got a lot of really good questions in here, y'all. La Parka. That was the name I was thinking of, too, in that cruiserweight division. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. La Parka was, they were all like, I don't know how many of you have seen any of the cruiserweight stuff. If you haven't, like, all of your favorite wrestlers now, if you're a fan of AEW or you're a fan of people like Penta or Ricochet or whoever, like that's where they got this stuff from was the cruiserweight division. Like, and even like to go further, like Rob Van Dam too, like he was an innovator in that field. Like nobody was doing what Rob was doing back then. Nobody was doing what the cruiserweights were doing back then. Yeah. And so you can't really truly appreciate what these guys are doing now unless you go and watch a lot of that stuff. I don't know why Dean Malenko isn't as celebrated in wrestling as he should be. I feel like he is one of the best of all time, in my humble opinion. Yeah. So I think anything with Dean Malenko, anything with Rey Mysterio or Eddie Guerrero from the WCW days, La Parka, Juventud Guerrero. Like, I mean, there's all these people that you definitely have to check out. But
Hoovy Juice.
Yeah, Hoovy Juice. I mean, it just man, what an era of wrestling. And I think that was what made WCW so good for a while, was like they had something for everybody. You know what I mean? Like there was the NWO stuff, then you had the Four Horsemen stuff, but then you had the cruiserweights in the middle of the show that was like, oh wow, this is really dope. Like this is really great, you know? So definitely, if you haven't seen that stuff, I mean, just go out of your way to watch it. It's all available on the cock, and it's definitely worth checking out. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, Tiger Shea says here. Kirk Angel talked about. He says probably because Jericho beat his hold by 1,004. You're right. I totally forgot. Thank you, Jackie. We appreciate you. Kirk Angel has talked about how he felt TNA were his best matches. Where do you, Blue Guy, feel like you had your best matches?
Oh, ECW, but I think I had some good matches in WWE too. But dude, just working with me and Nova wrestling the FBI every night. Yeah, it was great. Probably one of my better matches was me and Nova versus during a Roadkill at November 98.
Oh yeah,
but we had some great matches on house shows too that I wish I could find the footage of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's fan cams out there that I could grab, but man, there's a lot of good stuff we did on the house shows that, I think there's some, I gotta go find it. But I definitely had better matches in ECW, I believe. Once I got to WWE, it was just weird because everything was TV. I mean, house shows were a lot more fun. Were more fun than TV because TV got to worry about time cues and once you think you got 10 minutes and then all of a sudden you got 4, or you go out there thinking you have 4 minutes and they want you to stretch, and it kills the whole fucking flow of a match.
Yeah,
just waiting for the time cue. But it is what it is. Yeah.
Let me see here. Actually, I got a question for you. Above your head there, where you're doing the meanie salt, you're mid-air. Who are you doing the meanie salt on?
Oh, what, this one?
Yep. Yeah, that one.
Pitbull Anthony.
Okay.
Pitbull number 2.
I meant to. I
probably
think
one of the best shots of my moonsaults. Yeah.
I was gonna say. I think I've probably asked you that question before, but I couldn't remember. So thank you. Thank you for the clarity, good sir. I appreciate you.
All good. All good.
Jackie Ripper, man, thank you for these questions, my friend. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Would Meanie actually? You know what? Can you do me a favor today, Meanie? Because I want to hear it, man. Can you hear the Vance McMahon Blue Meanie clip for me?
Now, I think I need to tighten this up a little bit. But here we go.
The Blue Meanie.
There we go.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Would Meanie consider a manager role if offered today? And if so, who would he be interested in managing as the Blue Meanie? Meanie, like Midian, I believe he has such a creative mindset that's useful.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely. I'd love to be a manager. I kind of did a lot of manager type stuff when we'd be at ringside for Ravens matches. The Flock would be out there, or, be out there for Stevie's match. I've done managing like stuff. So absolutely. Who would I like to manage? Man. I'm trying to think who's out there now that could use a manager. Man, there's so many good people out there. I'd probably have to come back to you on that one. As I'm blanking on who actually who to manage. Probably it would probably be like a tag team,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to be the new Captain Lou. I'll be Captain Blue Albano, just I would just love to manage somebody. I have to get back to you on that one.
You know what would be fun? And I just thought about this, and I don't know why I thought about it, but I think it might be fun. The Blue Meanie managing the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
I think they would beat me to the ring.
I think that would be a cool. I think that would be a cool idea.
Yeah.
So I know Chris Saban and Alex Shelley, tremendous, huge fans of the program. We
Great
appreciate
guys.
this. Great guys. And again, listeners of the show, as is television's Rock the Dwayne Johnson, as we know. So guys, if you're listening, let's make it happen, guys. DJ Plays Favorites. Would you ever work in the NXT with HBK Creative?
Dude, I'd love to. I'd love to be on the creative side. I think I have a lot to offer. Like I said, I've helped coach a couple guys that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take 100% for a lot of the guys out there, but who really can?
Yeah.
I was trained by Al Snow, but when I went off to start my career, sitting in an ECW locker room, you had no choice but to learn from a Tommy Rich, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, Paul Heyman, Terry Funk. People would just pull you aside and give you advice.
Yeah.
And I've done that a lot, recently, I've, helped coach some guys. I would love to be, in the thick of it, as they say, trying to help be creative or, coach people, so just, absolutely.
Jackie Ripper says Motor City Blue Mean Guns. That's kind of where I was going with it. To be honest, that's kind of where I was going. Not going to lie, but we appreciate your questions, friends. Thank you very much. At Tid Talk, here's my question: when did you become so pretty? Go Birds!
Oh, you're gonna make me blush.
I do declare.
I always tell people I aged into my look.
Thank you for the commentary and the question there, sir. Let's see.
And go Birds. Go Birds.
And go Birds. And a pleasant go Birds to you.
And the go Birds to you.
Nate Smythe, Sheridan Ford Sales. Boys with the Resick Public. Let me try that one again. Nate Smythe, Sheridan Ford Sales says, boys with the recent public pairing of TNA and WWE. If there was a Worlds Collide style pay-per-view, what's one match you want to see? And I already know my answer.
I think we just said it. Cena and Joe Hendry, but yeah. I want to see Moose. Moose against unfortunately that guy can't run. He's not there anymore. Give me a second.
You got it.
Give me a second. Fuck it, Moose versus Finn Balor, or Moose versus. I was going to say Moose versus Damian Priest, but I'm sure that might have happened. I'm not 100%. No, you know what? Damian was in Ring of Honor, not TNA. So I would say I want to see Moose versus Damian Priest.
That would be sick.
Yeah,
that would be
Moose
pretty sick.
Damian Priest would be just couple horses going at it.
Couple horses. I know that I had two actually that I mentioned in conversations that I had recently. One for Screen Rant, one for SI. Obafemi versus AJ Francis. I would love to see that. I think they're both interested in doing it. And they both expressed to me separately that they want to do it. And I think that's the way they should go. Because that is talk about hosses. That is big, meaty men slapping meat right there. And Nia Jax. I would love to see Nia Jax against Jordan Grace. I think that would be a hell of a banger.
Well, Jordan just signed with WWE, so we're probably going to see it sooner than later.
We're probably going to see it like as soon as possible. But no, I think that would be incredible. And someone here says,
congratulations to Jordan Grace, by the way.
For real, absolutely. Dot Barisha, sorry, I hope I didn't butcher your name there. I want to see Moose versus Omos. And somewhere Muscle Man Malcolm is cartwheeling at the Omos mention here. So I know he's very excited to see him again. But no, lots of good stuff. Lots of good things down the pipeline. Meanie, our last question today.
Oh, geez, where did the time go?
I think you know where this is going, pal. I think you know where we're going here.
Oh,
Our friend Primetime Grape wants to know, If either of yous two, I appreciate the yous two.
Yeah, cause.
Could pick
Speaking our language.
could pick any wrestling theme song to recreate using your own musical fart and belch skills, what would you pick?
Oh my God. Well, I think the obvious one would be We Will Rock You.
Yeah.
By Queen, which Rick Rude and Manny Fernandez used when they were NWA tag champions. So, so what else is there? Maybe Bobby Roode's theme, Glorious,
I think if we tried to do Edge's theme song, we would probably shit our pants about 10 seconds into it.
You think you smell me?
Maybe next time you see him, ask him, "Hey man, can we redo your song with fire?"
Dude, I used to go see this band called Bonehead back in the 90s. And they had a keyboard player at the time, and he had like pre-programmed fart noises in his keyboard. Every now and then he would just bust out a fucking song with farts, and I'm like, dude, if you did an hour of that, you'd have my full attention. Just like it's like, just the most amazing thing.
Oh my God.
Because every now and then, like, it'd be in between songs and the singer would go say something, he would play like a fart noise and the singer would just pop. It's like, nah. But
excuse me. No, yeah, that's probably, I'm going to go with your answers there, because the only one I could think of is Edge, and I don't know if that is.
Or Finn Balor's theme, when he's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, Primetime Grape, and thank you all.
Never disappoints.
Thank you all for all of your questions and all of the comments that you've made in the chat here. Don't forget, we do this every single week on every single live episode that we record here. We have an Ask Meanie segment, so if you didn't hear your questions today, please tune in and you may hear them again next week. We want to thank you for tuning in again, joining us this Wednesday morning. We appreciate you tuning in. And Meanie.
Yes, dear.
Let me try that again. Meanie. You know what time it is, brother. Shout out to the homie in Richmond, by the way, who made this scrumtrelescent beat for us. Where can you keep up to date with all things blue when you're not listening to the program?
If you would like to follow Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. If you would like to support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. MadCatBeardCare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Shout out to Josh Thornton doing an amazing job taking care of the cats over there at Blue Spruce. Over there at MadCatBeardCare.com. I read this thing every week. You think I fucking know it by now. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. The Ultra Pro Wrestling contains only original characters by the amazing Hal Haney. But many real world wrestlers, including myself and many others, I'm trying not to spoil. Go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com. Or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. The Figure Collection's Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available right now. All Series 1s can be ordered now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. Select a regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. To have the Blue Meanie on your podcast, go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Register your podcast, book the Blue Guy, and we'll have a conversation over there at podstars.net. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Book through the site. Don't book through the app. That app takes too much money. That went with the beat.
On key and everything, pal. I appreciate you.
You don't book through the app. The app store takes like 13% more than if you just book through the site. So, and all the money you think is going to your chosen talent isn't. So go to cameo.com/BlueMeanieBWO. And let's make somebody's day a little bit brighter. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. So find me there, and you can also go and check out my other show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net or going to youtube.com/@FoundationRadioPod. Check it out there. All the conversations I've had this past year with Mark Briscoe, Dominic Mysterio, lots of other good folks. You can go check it out there right now. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville in the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go sign up today and get your hair cut and did up by Kane or Jordan or the rest of the team. Their schedules fill up quick. They're very popular. They also happen to be Finn Balor and Corey Graves' personal barbers. So if you like how they look, you want to go check them out right now at 10thwardbarbershop.com. Don't forget to check out my work at Screen Rant. My interview, my written pieces after my conversation with Nia Jax are available right now. Plus, my top 10 list on the most unexpected eliminations from the Royal Rumble is live now at ScreenRant.com. I have a lot of really fun stuff coming this week. I will be at the Royal Rumble Media Junket. I have some other stuff I can't talk about. It'll be a surprise when it comes out, but I think you're going to really enjoy it. So go and check it out at Screen Rant.
Whatever you do, don't take photos and have fun.
There will be no selfies. Matter of fact, I'm going to take one right now during the middle of this just so I can prove that we're having fun again. But don't take any selfies where you're at because you don't want to show you're having fun. You don't want to do that.
No. You don't want to promote your brand.
No, you don't want to have fun while you're... What the fuck are we doing? Never fun. No fun. ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at the Casa DeMeanie and the Barnard home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to go to Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Sign up today. Tiers start at just $10. And when you join at any tier, right? I'm saying, if you join at any tier, you get an official Pod Squad membership card signed in blue ink by the Blue Meanie himself. We'll send it out to you with a welcome congratulatory message. So go and sign up today. And if you look above Meanie's head, it's youtube.com/@MindOfTheMeanie. Our entire archive is there, including Meanie and I's original shows when I was living in Pittsburgh. And we got cheap shit from the vending machine down the hallway. So go and check them out there at youtube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias at Mind of the Meanie, Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky. And don't forget to follow our friends at One True Sport. Again, the platform that you are watching this on right now. You would not be able to do that without them. So please go and support them. Pick up a t-shirt from their group. They have a lot of great superstars and legends, Hall of Famers on their platform, including Arn Anderson, Rob Van Dam. They have the estate of Bruiser Brody, and they also have a new shirt from the Blue Guy himself. So go ahead and support the program and support our friends at One True Sport by going to onetruesport.com. And we want to thank you all for being here today with us. We appreciate you being here and joining us and taking time out of your day to listen and ask us questions. We appreciate you. For the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie.
Go Birds.
Peace.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/mindofthemeanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order. That was Blue Meanie's brain out.